The global population of women is 49.6%. Just 0.4% shy to be equal to men. Only in numbers, don't get the wrong idea. By now they should have taken over the world because they have the upper hand in shaping men's mind. How that is? Let me mansplain. Women, they don't do much. They just make us. They raise us and they taught us. We grew up admiring and respecting these amazing creatures. The toughest human you can ever encounter, who can withstand unimaginable physical and emotional pain. Our moms are the role models for a perfect woman. No woman is raising their sons to degrade their own kind. Even after having all these advantages, women are still suffering from inequality. Officially, women started to bring the fight against the world from 1848. It's about 173 years ago. Yes, this fight is almost 2 centuries old, and we know women are suffering from way before. But the reason? Not men. Yeah, that's not men. It's the world. Yes, that's right. It's the world. The world's always against women. I don't know why we are still beating around the bush. If women are not getting what they want, who's blocking their global domination? It cannot be other women. So we are left with men. So men, they have to fight against for their rights. Emphasizing the men as world, give more power to them. Let's stop doing that for a change. We have a date to acknowledge the baby steps towards the independence of women, which now dragging on for way too long. Injustice for women is global. It's just worst in developing countries. It's obvious education plays a big role in women's liberation. As a nation gets wiser, women's shackles get loose. As a civilized species, there should not be an argument who's better. We are way past that animalistic measure. Women are behind because they didn't have an equal playground. But things are changing now. But not fast enough. The vital part of humanity is still struggling. I think our ancient scriptures are to take the responsibility of this also. Even how intellectual we got, we still hang on to those beliefs that are drilled into our brains. From childhood, we feed the kids the double standards. It's fine, because that's how God wanted to be. After all, man is the first one to give birth, according to non-science. How many religions are there with a women protagonist? Everywhere, women defined as expendables. They are fragile. They should be kept under a lot of rules and clothes. In all religions, men has unlimited access. But the women, we brainwash our girls from a young age, saying that they cannot be independent. They always need the protection of a man. So when they grow up, they teach the same thing to their kids. Some religions have women as their gods. But still, in those countries, crime against women pretty high because men have designed the fabric of the civilization to look like women are represented but not enough to be equal. So fundamentally, as long as we have these religious ties to silence women, we won't see the daylight of this struggle. So now, some countries are amending their laws to be favorable to women, but they didn't want to touch upon the religious restrictions, so they focus on money, equal pay for women. I recommend, with that announcement, they should put out an apology. We celebrate the women who achieve, but we rarely talk about the women who suffer. Till throughout the globe, women are emancipated. Women's Day should be a day that all men should be ashamed of. Let me throw a crazy thought into this mix. We should not have a Mother's Day. Hear me out. By separating motherhood from Women's Day, we are taking off the power of women. It feels like we are treating mothers as a different entity. Let's try to raise our kids without double standards. Maybe also drop the backward mindset in sake of our daughters. We are not animals anymore. Sexuality is not the only thing about men and women. If you notice, countries and cultures that gives equality to women progress faster. So let's not waste the women power which can take us to the next level.